Warning: this video is also a story summary and thus contains spoilers.
Today I'm going to be attempting to get the Platinum Trophy for Alien Isolation. The game was released in 2014 by Creative Assembly, and it takes place after the events of the first movie and before the events of the second movie. I've never played a horror game before, and since this dropped on PlayStation Plus recently, I thought it was a good time for me to play it. The game has 51 trophies, and for step 1 of my Platinum playthrough, I'll be playing the game on hard while trying to get all the collectibles and avoiding killing any people. The game starts and we immediately meet our protagonist Amanda Ripley, who's the daughter of Ellen from the movies. While working, a guy named Samuels interrupts her to inform her that the flight recorder for the Nostromo, which was her mothership, has been found by the crew of the Enstadora and was taken to Sevastopol. So Ripley decides to board a ship named the Torrance and go there to recover the flight recorder. A few weeks later, Ripley awakes from hypersleep aboard the Torrance, and this is where we get our first trophy for finding the first collectible, which is an archive. We also meet Taylor, who's a legal executive for the company, and Verlaine, who's the captain of the Torrance. And this is where we pick up our second trophy, which is story related. They quickly realize that the docking bay for Sevastopol is damaged, and they try to communicate with Sevastopol but without success, so they decide to board it via spacewalk. However, halfway there, something blows up, the EVA line gets cut, and Ripley gets separated from Samuels and Taylor and barely makes it inside the station. While trying to look for help, we get another trophy for finding an ID tag. And when we try to open a door, a guy puts a gun to her head. His name is Axel, and he tells Ripley that there's a killer on board. Ripley asks for his help finding her friends, and in exchange offers him a way out of the station. On our way to comms, we run into a few people and decide to sneak past them because apparently people are killing each other, which would explain Axel's caution. When they get inside this room, they get ambushed and Ripley helps them kill somebody, and then they escape through a very short hallway. Once they're clear, they stop for a moment and Axel hears a noise. And then something starts dripping on his shirt. Ripley escapes with a transport lift and we get another trophy. We get to Cystic Spire and have another run-in with a looter. She finds an access tuner, but she needs something to fix it. So we sneak past the looters and get to the office where we find a gun and a keycard. And by sheer coincidence, we also find Nostromo's flight recorder, but the files are corrupted. And then she finally fixes the access tuner. Now this is the best introduction to a villain I've ever seen in a video game or movie, and it's not even a human. After the cutscene, we get another trophy. We go back to the main lobby, hack the elevator, get in it, and this is where we get another trophy. We get to comms, but the synthetics won't let us in, so we have to find another way around them. Then this happens.
We've got to re-establish long-range communications.
You're becoming hysterical.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Tut, tut. Let's resolve this amicably.
So now we have to be wary of both the alien and the robots, and let me tell you, the robots are much more annoying. By the way, there's a reason the robots are killing people, but we will get to that later in the video. We get in the elevator and go up to comms. This whole time Verlaine has been trying to communicate with Sevastopol, but nobody's picking up, so we have to go talk to her. However, the comms are down, so we have to find another way to communicate with her. We make our way to the local comms, and this is where I pick up 4 more miscellaneous trophies. Once she gets there, she hears a transmission from Samuels. So Ripley answers it, and we find out that they're at the transit station and that Taylor is injured, so we want to get back to them. So we have to get back on the elevator to get to them, and this is me playing a ring around the rosy with a couple of synthetics because the exit was blocked off and I had to get around them. Anyway, I made it on the elevator without a scratch, and this is the trophy I got for it. And then I made it to the transit station. Ripley reunites with her friends and then decides to go for medical supplies. Anyway, we meet this doctor who needs us to go find a passcode to help us find the supplies. And after about 3 hours of hiding from the alien, we get back to him. And then this happens.
There. I'll collect my things and we can leave.
We get on the elevator and this is where we pick up 2 more trophies. Bunch of shit happens, but eventually we make it to the supplies. On my way back I pick up another trophy. And just when I thought I was safe, the game hit me with this. We escape through a ladder and get in the elevator, and this is where we pick up another trophy. But our troubles aren't over because we have to fix another elevator to get back to the transit station. While working on getting the cylinder, I pick up another trophy for completing 10 successful hacks. Eventually I get the cylinder and fix the elevator, and I get another trophy for that. Now I know I make the game sound short and simple, but each mission took me about an hour to complete because I constantly had to hide till it was safe enough to keep moving. Anyway, eventually I make it back to the station and I finally meet the marshal. He reveals that the explosion was a trap set for the alien and we apparently ruined it, so he sends us to fix the transit. After 1 more hour of fighting from synthetics and people, we eventually fix the transit so Taylor can go to HQ and receive medical treatment. Once I made it to HQ, Waits had me interrogate Marlowe, who was in prison in Sevastopol the whole time. Marlowe was the captain of the Isidora, which for those who don't remember was the ship that found the Nostromo flight recorder. And finally the game starts answering our questions through a flashback. The crew of the Isidora was tracking the signal on LV-426. The signal led them to the same derelict ship that the Nostromo crew had found in the first Alien movie. As they were exploring the ship, Foster, who's Marlowe's wife, got attacked by a facehugger. And apparently she's the woman lying dead next to the medical supplies that we got for Taylor. And based on a report that we find earlier in the game, she was brought in Sevastopol illegally. So for everyone who isn't familiar with alien lore, that's about the dumbest thing you can do because the facehugger impregnated her with an alien and then it bursted through her chest and it grew up very rapidly and then started killing everybody. Anyway, somewhere along the flashback we get another story related trophy. Since Marlowe doesn't want to help us call his ship to the station, Waits makes up a plan to trap the alien and sends Ripley to Gemini Labs. And he also sends Samuels to Android Processing to lift the lockdown. On my way there, I pick up a trophy for using the flamethrower, and another trophy for killing my first synthetic. And when I died and I restarted the checkpoint, I got 2 more trophies for using the stun baton. I also get another trophy for accessing 10 rewire points. And 1 more trophy for scaring the alien away with the flamethrower. Finally I managed to trap the alien and get to the exit, but then this happens.
No! Don't fucking do this to me!
But luckily there's an airlock that she uses to escape back to Sevastopol with a ballsy space jump, and we get another trophy. We get back in the station and Ripley decides to go to the Marshal Bureau to confront Waits for almost killing her. On my way there, I pick up a trophy for using the shotgun, and I get another trophy for finding 100 archives. When I finally got to the bureau, the doors were locked and I could also hear Waits was in trouble through the radio, so I had to take a detour and get to him. Along the way, I pick up another trophy for crafting everything in the game. We finally make it inside the bureau, but the robots have killed everybody but Ricardo, and Taylor and Marlowe are missing. Ripley then decides to go to the synthetics department to see if Samuels has made any progress. We get to the transit and pick up another trophy. After a couple of hours of gameplay and a few close calls, we finally get to him, but he decides to go into the CT scan to contact Apollo because he's a synthetic, but since he's not a Seegson synthetic, he gets trapped inside of it. Although we free him, we don't manage to save him and he unfortunately dies. But because of his sacrifice, we get a chance to talk with Apollo ourselves.
Samuels, you're dying.
You talk like I've had an actual life. I thank you for that.
Samuels.
The Apollo transit is open. Once you get into the core, it will talk to you.
We get the transit for Apollo and this is where we pick up another trophy. After about an hour of running and hiding from synthetics, we finally get to Apollo. First thing we try to do is disengage the androids. And then we find out that the company has bought the station and that it's given an order for the robots to act the way they act. And the reason behind that is they are trying to preserve the alien for analysis, so they're using the robots to kill everybody who's trying to kill the alien. And then Ripley goes, well, I blasted the alien into space so you can lift the order, and then the AI goes, no ma'am, there's something in the reactor. So our next order of business is checking the reactor, of course. We pick up another trophy for leaving from Apollo Core. On my way to the reactor, I pick up another trophy for using the bolt gun. And then I made it to the reactor core, which had been turned into a nest by the aliens. So what I had to do was I had to power up the reactor core so I could blow it up from above. But after I finished with the first reactor, this happened.
Going dark on comms, Ricardo. This isn't good.
So now I had to power up the second reactor without being seen by any of the aliens down here. Which I did after about 50 attempts. And then I got my ass the fuck out of there. And then I got another trophy for my troubles. I get to the control panel and I pick up another trophy for completing 10 minigames.
Ricardo, I'm about to purge the nest. Hang tight.
And then I purge the reactor and that's it, we can go home now. If you haven't realized yet, nothing in this game goes the way it's supposed to go. We escape from the reactor and pick up another trophy. Ricardo then discovers that the Purge has reset a bunch of systems and he sends us to medical while he goes to comms in hopes of getting in contact with another ship. The reason he sent us to medical is because he wants us to take a shuttle and get to the Anisadora, which we found out was parked nearby.
We've got to get to him. Is it docking?
No, but it's in a holding position nearby. Head for the ambulance bay. The shuttles are really short range, but they'll make it.
Got it.
However, at this point I took a little detour to find a couple of Nostromo logs. Nostromo logs are logs that were made by the crew of the Nostromo, and the devs actually hired the people that play the characters in the movie for the voice lines.
Ripley's asked me to write a report on what happened to the umbilicus when we hooked onto the refinery. I'll tell you what happened. Me and Brett were holding the place together with our bare hands. You'd think millions of tons of oil would get someone from the front deck, someone on a full share down here with us, you know, checking up on the stuff we need. You want to get out of the system on schedule next time? You put the Nostromo in dry dock for a month. You wait till we're done with it. You pay what we're due. Park her out.
Sounds like the system check went okay. Some ducts still need rewriting, but as I keep getting told, there's not much we can do about it when the Nostromo is in the air. Parker's coming up with the sign-off sheets. But I know Ripley wants to chew his ear about the secondary load unit. I'm gonna stay out of it for now. They know what they're doing. Dallas, Nostromo Captain, signing off.
Eventually, I made my way to the shuttle station and hopped in a shuttle. After roaming around the ship for a while trying to find Marlowe and Taylor, I eventually stumbled across this computer.
Added report. Personal message. This is for my daughter. Hi, Amanda. I'm recording this for you, my sweetheart, and I hope you get to hear it one day. You see, I got into trouble. My ship, there was an accident, sweetheart, and we found an alien creature. It was very dangerous, and the only way we could stop it was to destroy the ship. I'm okay. I'm stuck on this lifeboat, long way out. But we had to destroy the ship. We had to destroy the Nostromo. We just couldn't risk bringing that thing home with us. I needed to protect you. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. I'm sure I'll see you very soon. I love you, sweetheart.
Immediately after, Marlowe and Taylor showed up. Marlowe's plan is to blow up the ship along with the station so he makes sure the alien doesn't live and the company doesn't get it. Ripley and Taylor try to stop him, but they fail. Taylor gets killed and Ripley escapes back to Sevastopol with her tail between her legs. When we make it to the shuttle, we pick up another trophy. We make it back to the station and we discover that the blast made the station start to descend, so we need to find a way to contact the Torrens and escape.
We're about to fall from the sky. I'm trying to contact the Torrens, but the comms are still locked. The ambulance you just docked is screwed. The Torrens is our only way off this.
But then I took another detour to collect a couple of Nostromo logs.
Refinery we're taking back to Earth. I've entered initial coordinates for the edge of the Epsilon Reticuli using the established haulage route. My next entry will be confirmation of our flight plan to the Sol system. Lambert, out.
We're heading to the edge of the system. Ripley's giving me a list of stuff she says needs doing. Says Mother's not gonna let us hit the gas if we don't fix the secondary load unit. Hell of a lot of work for a routine flight. Dallas, if you somehow found the time in your schedule to listen in on this, Brett and me, we're doing double time. If you don't come good with a bonus, we'll be taking it to the Union.
Eventually, we returned to Ricardo, who told us how to get in contact with the Torrens.
Listen, Marlowe's permissions are still logged at this terminal. If we had the coordinates for the Torrens, we could align the transmitter dishes manually, bypass Apollo completely.
There's an observatory near the comms array, right?
Yeah, you should be able to find the Torrens coordinates using that. I'll get the door for you.
We go on a spacewalk to realign the dish and establish contact with the Torrens.
Torrens, this is Ripley on the station. Are you reading me, Verlaine?
Ripley, what the hell is going on over there?
Bad things, Torrens. There's an alien organism here. It's deadly. We need urgent extraction.
A what?
There's no time to explain. Please, Verlaine.
There's nowhere for us to dock, Ripley. The station's tearing free from its gravity mooring. I've seen a towing platform below the spaceflight terminal, but the Torrens umbilical isn't built for it. You'll need to extend the towing platform clamp station side.
Just get into position.
We go back for Ricardo, but he's being killed by a facehugger. I sneak my way past the alien and get another trophy once I get to the elevator. While working on a way for the Torrens to dock, I pick up another trophy for using a Molotov on the alien. Eventually I powered up the systems and started making my way to the spaceflight terminal. On my way there, I pick up another trophy for finding all the Nostromo logs.
This is Dallas. I'm about to broadcast the Nostromo report packet back to the Sol system before we hit the pods. Nearest open relay station looks to be Sevastopol. All things being well, you'll hear from us once we reach the edge of Sol. Don't miss us too much. Dallas out.
And then I picked up another trophy once I got to the elevator. And then I made my way to the airlock and I could finally go home. Remember when I said that nothing in this game goes the way it's supposed to go? Yeah, I was not playing around when I said that. Luckily the aliens wanted to use Ripley as a carrier instead of making her their meal, so now we get a second chance at life. Fuck. We get another trophy for finding the last ID tag. And after cheating death twice, we make it back to the airlock safe and sound. Next up, we had to accelerate the descent of the station and then board the Torrens. At last, Verlaine had come in clutch and we were finally safe.
Psych!
This game really took 10 years of my life and the main character still didn't survive.
Psych!
For step 2 of my playthrough, I had to finish the game without dying, kill a synthetic with a maintenance jack, and also kill 10 people. Alright, I checked some guides and they all told me to get the maintenance jack kill on this synthetic during mission 4. Have to sneak behind him and smack him. Damn, he grabbed me. I thought I was gonna hit him one more time, but yup, break free. And go back. I will run back to the elevator. He's not gonna follow me there, because it's way too big of a distance for him. And he's gonna lose me. And once I get here, I have to stay here for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check. Yup, he's not here. So I can go kill him. slowed down though because he could hear me. Even if we're on novice difficulty, I don't want to take any chances. But for the most part, they gave up chasing me sooner on novice difficulty. Yeah. He stopped so I can sneak behind him again. Smack him. 3 times this time. Yup, he grabbed me again. I'm just gonna go for it, fuck it. There we go. Did we get the trophy? Yup, there we go, get the trophy. As I progressed through the game, I got as many kills as I could, and these are the last 3. Alright, I believe once I press this button here, the guy's gonna come down here looking for me.
Someone shut everything off.
He's gonna come from this elevator right here.
Hello? I know someone's in here.
And boom, there we go. I think that's number 8. Alright, this is the part where people are gonna come to this transit station once I press this button. In my previous playthrough, I had to let them live because it was a no kills playthrough, but now I can kill them freely. Just gonna stand here behind cover. I have 8 kills so far. I think I can get 2 more and get the trophy. There we go, one of them. 9, 10. Do we get the trophy? There we go, that's the trophy. Eventually I finished my playthrough without dying and got another trophy. Lastly, I had one more trophy to get for getting killed 100 times by the alien, and I decided to grind that out in survivor mode. Here we go, that's number 87. That's number 88. This is literally what I've been doing for the past hour. I press this button right here to get outside. Then I check my monitor to see where the alien is at, and then I go straight at him. And I think that's number 89, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, that's number 90. Alright, I think this is the last one. I've been going at it for an hour. I'm bored as fuck, but... Yep, he's on the left. Where he at? Well, there we go. And I think this is where I'm gonna get the platinum. There's the trophy for the kills. And there's the platinum. It took 10 years of my life and 2 playthroughs, but I finally got it. Just like I said in the intro, this was my very first horror game ever, and I didn't really have any high expectations of this game. However, I was very positively surprised because this game doesn't use cheap jump scares to scare you. It keeps you anxious throughout the whole playthrough, and that's something that not all horror games or horror movies do right. The platinum for this game felt pretty easy, it was not hard at all, and it didn't even feel tedious. However, for me, I would say that the collectibles ruined the flow of the playthrough because I would press pause and look at the guide all the time, and that ruins the immersion. For anybody out there who's thinking about playing this game or even getting the platinum for this game, I would suggest you do it because it was fun. And that's it, that's all I have to say about this game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.